tell you why there's such a struggle right now for the single mother. One, society does not support single motherhood. There used to be this thing like, oh, you're a single mother, let us help you. Nobody cares anymore. But the biggest thing that people don't talk about is fewer and fewer men are willing to be stepdads. One of the biggest family secrets has always been that oldest child does not belong to him.
Facts.
That oldest child does not belong to him. Everybody knows it but the oldest child. And there are fewer and fewer men that are willing to sign up for it. And I do believe it's because of the child support laws. And it just takes a lot of money. So please understand that if you become a single mother, you're probably going to most likely raise that child by yourself for the rest of your life. And the men who create single mothers, they hate their single mother mom. So they really don't give a damn about you. They low-key hate her ass. So they're going to hate you too. The moment you look like, act like, and start talking like her. I keep posting these videos because I hope that I save at least one young lady. Do not have a baby with a man until you have been married to him for at least 2 years. At least 2 years. Because once you become a baby mama, you will probably most likely die a baby mama in today's society. These men are not for it anymore.
She is 1000% correct. She could not be any more accurate. There's only one additional thing that she probably missed that needed to be expounded upon, and I'll talk about that shortly. But I think that the most important thing that needs to be taken away from this video is that men are unwilling. And not only that, there are men like me that have large platforms that are willing to beat this thing into the ground because I don't want to see my brothers. I don't want to see my fathers. I don't want to see my uncles. I don't want to, and I'm not saying figuratively or literally, I'm not saying that. I'm saying figuratively, guys of all ages, demographics, colors, and all of that stuff. I didn't experience that. I have both my mother and my father in my life. I am not a baby daddy. And so I just came from the gym and working out with my daughter, and we have a really great relationship and everything is awesome. Kept my family together, been married for 21 years. But I've seen too many guys and I've watched too many dudes fall and been on too many coaching calls. And I am an adamant advocate for the idea that you should not go and play another man's save game under any circumstance. It is a zero-sum game. And if you leave it up to people like us that have huge platforms, all of them is going to be alone.
No one.
When you're a guy and you make money, you want to put and invest your money in your offspring, not in other people's offspring.
Yeah, but
that's just the natural way of the world. That's how things go. Men typically want to take care of their own children. Now,
what if she's a millionaire and she helps and builds an empire with that man?
Okay, well, even better. If you're a millionaire, you're going to probably want a guy that's a millionaire too, right?
Exactly, but who said anything about a broke guy?
Yeah, but okay, good. So what do millionaires have that are men?
But my thing is, like,
hold on, answer the question. What do men have that are millionaires? Options, which means they can date girls that aren't millionaires and be happy. You, on the other hand, can't date a broke guy and be happy. So they can get a girl that's 21 that isn't a millionaire, that doesn't have children, that can give him a family, and he won't have to take on someone else's kids.
This comment right here, I really don't think that he's speaking for all men, because I know that there will be somebody that steps up one day to be some sort of father figure for my child. It's also I'm very surprised that you felt comfortable actually typing this out and commenting on someone's video. Like, it's just the wildest thing. You don't know my circumstances with my child or his father. Yeah, that's basically it. So hopefully he's not speaking for all men out there, but this was just really disappointing to see.
When she asked the question if a man would date a single mother, this is the response she has gotten from a lot of men. Of course she didn't like it, but almost everyone in that comment section was in agreement because they see no benefit in dating a single mother.
as a single mother, your value as a woman is less than somebody who does not have kids. If you're looking for that long-term relationship, which you've said you are, looking for a guy who's like at your age or older, the men who will be looking for what you're looking for aren't looking for you. They're looking for women who are much younger than you and who do not have kids. Do you understand that?
Well, you seem to think that every woman is exactly the same, but I'm not the same kind of person as the woman you're talking about. I don't have an IQ of 100. I'm not a moron. I'm fairly attractive. I don't think I'm going to have an issue. And what I did decide was that I would rather be by myself. My concern wasn't hypergamy. I'm going to go find someone older, wiser, smarter, better, richer, and do that. I just figured, hey, I'll just hunker down and work. At least I'll be happier by myself.
Eventually, down the line, there's going to be an expectation. If you're in a relationship with a single mother, the single mother is going to expect the guy to provide, not just for you, but for the kid. And so that adds like sort of a double duty to provide for a child that's not yours. The issue with that, though, is there's all the responsibility, but none of the corresponding authority. So she might expect you to provide, but she might not allow you as the guy to have any authority over the child. To me, if you're going to be responsible providing for a child and you're going to step in as a stepfather, you aren't given authority over the kid. Like most single moms are not going to like allow you to discipline their kid, but they will expect you to provide for their kid. So it's all the responsibility with none of the authority. And actually, there are some single mothers who have an expectation that the guy start providing instantly. For example, you hear these stories of women wanting men to pay for the babysitter like on the first date.
And a modern woman's favorite line is, "It's not the same." It's not the same. Well, what about this? It's not the same. Well, what about that? It's not the same. So wait a minute. You want me to be man enough to pay all of the bills, take care of everything in the house, take you on vacations, do everything that a man does in terms of protecting and providing. But when I say, hey, little Jimmy is running around acting bad, little Jimmy is running around doing things that a young man should not be doing, I, as the man of the house, as the authority of the house, because I have authority over paying those bills. I have authority over the maintenance and helping around the house. But now that little Jimmy is acting crazy, I don't have authority to say, hey, we're not going to be doing that. And I don't have authority to enforce that. Now, we're not talking about you out here just going crazy, you know, like some people doing kids, abusing kids and stuff. We're not talking about that. We're talking about enforcing rules. Some people might get a spanking. Some people might be grounded. We're not talking about no beatings, none of that. We're talking about regular punishment. Something that's run of the mill that you would see to get the point across. I can't do that. I don't have the authority to do that. And maybe I can see if at the beginning of the relationship, you know, talking about marriage and stuff like that, I could see if, yeah, we're working into it. That's things that we kind of have to work into and understand. But there's never really any adjustment for these modern women. As single moms, there's never any adjustment. Well, that one part of my life, he's not allowed to touch. But everything else, he's allowed to touch. He's allowed to have authority over. He's allowed to speak into. But when it comes to this and then my career, where my career says to go, I'm going to go. I'm not going to listen to him then. Where I want to go, I'm going to go. If the girls want to go on a girls trip, then I'm going to go. He doesn't have control over that. So it's actually not one, but three major areas in her life where she pushes back and she doesn't allow him any authority. She doesn't allow him any leadership. That's a bad deal for a man. I'll give you like these little pity pat things to kind of take care of, but nothing major.
Women are not desirable right now. Everyone's a Kim Kardashian clone. I asked you earlier, what don't men want? And you said promiscuity. Well, that seems about the only thing that's being offered right now. When I open my Instagram and I've got butt cheeks and I'm going, people are like, I don't understand why no one wants to, this woman's been married 4 times. I'm like, well, I can understand it, because even if men think they want it in the short term, when you see a girl, she's half naked, she looks good. Yeah, sure. You probably do want to have sex with her. I bet you're wired that way. You're hardwired that way. Yeah. But then what happens after you have sex with her and you realize that so did 20 other dudes
100%.
In the same week, you don't want her.
You nailed it. You're absolutely not. Men don't want to date single mothers, or men always talking about single mothers, this, that, and the third. This is a perfect example as to why. Because again, you expect this man to come in, be the man of the house, pay all the bills, be romantic, do all that, be a father to a son that he didn't have. That's not my son.
But he has no say-so.
But he has no say-so in the discipline. He has no say-so in the guidance. He has no say-so in how this house is going to be ran in regards to your son. So how do you expect me to be the man of the house when every time that I try to tell him something that's right, you bucking the system because you getting emotional, because you, damn the message I'm saying, you processing it as, no, you can't tell my baby nothing.
Because it's my baby.
It's my baby.
Yep.
So as a man, how enticing is that of a situation to walk into? That's why men don't want to date single mothers. That's why.
And I do marry a single mom that has a kid and she ends up being Medusa, I'm in a really bad spot. Why? Because now that kid that I invested money into, time, resources that I took care of, that looks at me as a father, I have no legal right to that child. She could divorce me, take that kid. I can't fight to get that kid back because it's not mine.
Myron, I have a question.
I have no right to that child. So that's why it is completely stupid for a man to take a single mother seriously from, how do I say this? From a percentage standpoint of failure. The likelihood of you failing is extremely high, especially since we know 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Most of the child custody goes to women 90% of the time.
I have the utmost respect for all females, but this is a male advisory channel. Gentlemen, I would not advise you to marry a single mother. Here are the 8 disadvantages of marrying a single mother. 1, you can never discipline that child. It's not good. 2, if the mother leaves, that's it. You have no hold over the child at all. Even though you had an emotional bond with that child, doesn't matter. If the mother is pissed off at you, she will use that against you. 3, your resources goes into another man's DNA. 4, if it's a girl, huge problem. All it takes is female teenage rage for her to accuse you of any sexual act. The mother will never ever forgive you over her child, and the relationship will never be the same again. 5, there will never be spontaneous sex. 6, you will always need a babysitter. 7, you will always be in a relationship with the father of the child as well. You will never have time to build a relationship with the mother alone. Relationships are hard enough as it is. You shouldn't have a third person involved. And 8, and you will never, ever, ever come first.
Women divorce men 70 to 80% of the time. I would argue in relationships, it's probably similar. Men aren't leaving, women are. So to a guy's point of view, he's going to commit to this girl. And what does he get? He doesn't get purity anymore. You know, these hoes. You know, he doesn't get youth anymore. So he doesn't get either of those things. A lot of times she already has a kid. So he's not fulfilling his mating strategy. On top of that, even if he does find a good woman that maybe has the qualities he's looking for, she was going to want him to marry her. And what does he get out of that? Oh, she can leave and take half and take my kid. And she's paid to take my kids away from me. She gets more money if she takes my children. And so from the men's point of view, they're just kind of like, F it, because like women aren't wives nowadays. And what do they get out of it?
But
like men are logical.
Sorry.
They're logical people. And so they're thinking, does the benefit outweigh the cost? And like, I just think as women, we have to look at ourselves and say, the benefits we bring nowadays don't outweigh the cost for most men.
Single mom is so damn hard.
A single mother was definitely not the plan and not really my choice.
Okay, I have a serious question for the guys. Why is it that you try so hard to get a girl, and then once you get that girl, then you start to treat her like garbage? I don't get that. Especially, I'm a single mom. And for all the single mamas out there, shout out to you. You guys are doing amazing. But it is so hard as a single mom to date. I honestly am sick of wasting my time.
Like, this makes me laugh because I'm like, if you don't want to date me, or if you don't want to date a woman that has children, that is fine. And that's a personal preference. I'm not offended if somebody doesn't want to date me because I have a child. That just means they're not for me. You can't make me feel insecure because I'm single and have a child. And my hashtags are dating as a single mother. So if a man misses that, or misses my daughter plastered all over my page, he's not even smart enough to get a date with me.
Okay, this video is for all my single moms out there. How is dating going for you? Dating in my 30s post-divorce is absolutely brutal and exhausting. And it feels like a second full-time job.
seen a post that said single moms be having all these standards and their baby daddy meets none of them. Like, of course, he was the lesson. Now she knows what to look for in a man and what not to look for. She stood on business and she moved on. Next subject.
Well, I guess before we move on to the next subject, let's talk about the lessons learned. Let's do a chapter summary. Let's review before we go on to the next chapter, because so many times modern women want to go to the next chapter. Oh, well, I don't really want to talk about that. Oh, well, let's just move on. I'm a new person. No. Before I start putting my money into this, before I start putting my resources into it, we are going to have a chapter review. We're going to do a little study session before we get to the test. What y'all want to do a lot of times is go straight through all of the chapters, skim them, see important parts, and then continue on to the test. And each and every time we find that y'all flunk the test. So now as the teacher, the professor, I have to slow you down because you're going to keep going on in your own way. I have to slow you down and say, hey, why are you not learning this lesson? Why are you not getting this? Let's slow down and see if we can figure out what you are and are not reviewing. And as a matter of fact, we don't even have to guess what you're not reviewing, because the test tells me, as the teacher, as the professor, you haven't reviewed X, Y, and Z. And modern women don't want to hear that. Well, you haven't reviewed on taking accountability. We need to review that. Before we go on to the next one, you need to review giving control up, cooperation, submission. I see right here, you failed that part. So we need to go ahead and review that again. You failed it twice. And so we're going to have to stick a little bit longer on this one. Y'all like to glaze and fly past things and then want people to be fine and okay with y'all continue to do the same thing. No, you need to sit down and learn what's happening.
Okay, so we're going to find out real quick if this guy's cool with me being a mom, because all my clothes are dirty. It's laundry day. Couldn't find anything cute. So I'm basically just throwing on a t-shirt, baggy cardigan, my Ugg boots. Couldn't find my purse. So we're bringing the diaper bag. He seems to really like me. He says he's cool with me having a kid. Well, these are the realities of dating with a child. My house is an absolute mess right now. I couldn't find anything. I've been running around trying to clean up and find clothes that weren't just like disgusting, haven't been cleaned, covered in like markers or like been next to diapers or anything. Couldn't find it. So this is the outfit. All right, we'll see how it goes.
Why is it that as moms, whenever we are going through something and we're tired or we're just having a bad day, we have to continue pushing because our kids need us? But when dad's tired, when dad came home from work and he's been working all day and he's exhausted, he needs a break. Why is it that the only alone time we get is sitting on the toilet, which doesn't even work half the time because your toddler walks in the middle of you pooping? You have to rush out of the shower because someone needs you. But dad gets a shower in peace, no interruptions.
I don't care what any baby mama say. Having to raise your kids by yourself is not a flex. And this is coming from a single mother. Listen to your sister. Don't let any baby mama deceive you into believing that being a single mother is more convenient than being a wife. You hear me? When I was pregnant with my daughter, I went through the whole pregnancy by myself. Ain't nobody going me to no appointments, no baby shower, no gender reveal. When my water broke, I got us to the hospital and from the hospital. And I can go on and on about my baby daddy. F my baby dad. F my baby dad. But I slept with him. So what kind of woman did that make me? A crazy motherfucker. Okay? You way too beautiful, way too smart, way too intelligent to be going through something like that. So live your soft girl life. Ain't nothing wrong with saying you too good to be a baby mama. You right. Because us strong black women not strong because we choose to be. We strong because we have to be.
Do you guys ever think about how TikTok is like a dating app for moms? It's like swipe, ooh, she looks cool and fun, I'm gonna add her. And then she adds you back, and then all of a sudden she's sliding in your DMs and she's like, hey girl, and you're like, hey.
You're pushing 30 and you don't have any kids, you don't have any excuses. I'm not saying this to be shady at all, but I see so many posts about people that are my age with no children saying, oh, well, I don't have any children, so I have my whole life ahead of me. And I love that for you because you do. Yes, wait, please. But hear me out. If you know people around you that have children that are always on their shit, give them a round of applause because it's not easy. And yes, being a mother does make my career a little challenging, but it's the motivation I needed. But if you don't have kids, trust me, that free time is your motivation. Cherish it.
Single mom, would you say that having a daughter has made your dating life harder?
Oh, absolutely. Not everyone wants to be a stepdad. And so that circles back to the question, why am I single? Is probably because of that.
So why are men less likely to want to take on another woman's child that isn't their own?
It's a whole nother responsibility that they didn't sign up for.
So do you think you have a better chance dating a guy who also has a child of his own?
Yeah, I think they're more open-minded, but I'm on the same boat where I also don't want to take on the responsibility of another kid. So I understand it. That's why I'm not upset about it.
So for your future partner, how would you want his relationship to be with your baby daddy?
Accepting, friendly, and civil.
Should you all be able to go out and get lunch together if need be?
I wouldn't want that for myself, but I wouldn't want constantly having to go and hear about fights and break them up.
I'm divorced. Of course I gave up on my marriage out of nowhere, and he was totally shocked when I finally said I wanted a divorce. I'm divorced. Of course I'm a gold digger and now I'm living my life carefree. I'm divorced. Of course I'm damaged goods and a red flag. Run, boys. I'm divorced. Of course I didn't try counseling before filing for divorce. I'm divorced. Of course I'm the villain because I chose to end it, even though they would have stayed in a miserable marriage for 10, 20, 30 years. I'm divorced. Of course it's because I don't understand the true meaning of commitment these days anymore. Chivalry is dead. I'm divorced. Of course I'm gonna brag about it on the internet like it's a flex. I'm divorced. Obviously I stopped drinking, stopped binge eating, and started working out every day and had a total glow up. I'm divorced and I post about it on the internet, so I should just be okay with all the bullying that I receive for being divorced.
I guess what's funny and maybe pathetic at the same time is that you sat in your room thinking this up. You thought of things to put down, to talk about, and then you put them on camera, reviewed it, thought it was cool, and then posted it. Why? For what? Y'all, and this is what I was talking about a few minutes ago. Y'all don't learn the lesson. Y'all think it's funny. Well, that was a lesson. The baby daddy was a lesson, so yeah. Well, what you don't understand is that it's not just a lesson. There is baggage. There's consequences that come with the lesson. If it was just you, then maybe people could work with that a little bit more. But now there is a consequence. There is a trailer. There is baggage that comes along with your lesson. You want me to easily forget. Oh, well, I learned it from my baby daddy. Baby daddy. That means you have a baby. That means now I have to deal with baby daddy drama. Oh, well, you don't have to worry about my baby daddy. We co-parent just fine. Even if I give you that, I still have another responsibility. 2 of them in one go. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Maybe even 3 for 1. But you told me your baby dad wasn't a problem. So we'll go with 2 for 1. I have to secure that. I have to guarantee that. You and your child, assuming you have one, you and your child, I have to guarantee that. Number 1. Number 2, if you're divorced, I have to guarantee that I'm going to be there to take care of all of the baggage, all of the therapy. Well, I'm in therapy right now and I'm healed and I'm not. Y'all say that, but inevitably we're going to get down the road and we're going to run into some things that you didn't uncover. Well, it's not my fault. I didn't know it was there. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know when it's going to come out, but I know it's going to be there and it's going to come out. I don't think personally I want to go down that road. So y'all sitting up here bragging foolishness, and men see this and y'all expect them to ignore all of this he ha ha. It's not funny when I'm having to spend my money on this. It's not a joke to me. It's not funny when I'm having to deal with the verbal assault and attacks from you. because I just don't understand, and I've never been in that situation, and I don't get it, and I'm just a man. I wouldn't understand, and my emotions aren't as heightened and aren't as sharpened as yours. So you guys think that this is funny, but y'all need to learn what's not funny is the drama and the baggage y'all are going to be bringing men.
I've never made a video talking about why I wanted divorce, so I guess let's dive into it. Because on my Get Ready With Me video that's got millions of views, a lot of people are like, step 1 for weight loss, divorce him. And no, that's not like what my intentions were with that video. That's just sadly part of my story. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Lauren. I'm a weight loss influencer and I lost 87 pounds and also happened to get divorced. So let's go way back to the beginning. I met my ex-husband in college my first semester in 2014. We got married May 1st of 2017. We were in college at Missouri State at the time, and he just like grabbed my promise ring and asked me to marry him, and then a week later told me he wanted to join the Army. So, which we had been dating for 3 years. I loved him. He was like the love of my life. So I said, yes, like love is all we need, right? So dropped out of college. I got my associates in general studies, but like never finished my bachelor's at Missouri State, and went on to become an Army wife. And got it in my head that I needed a baby instantly since I was leaving my family to go move like somewhere in the country, which what was wrong with me? I was 21 years old and like demanding a baby. Anyway, son was born in March of 2018, and by March of 2020, I wanted a divorce. Our marriage just started feeling like we were roommates. Like we literally didn't have any intimacy. We didn't seem to have much in common anymore. Like we didn't even like listening to the same music. We didn't have fun together anymore. He had his own struggles with mental health during our whole relationship, and it started to rub off on me, which sounds so bad, but I tried to take care of his needs for so long. Like I would literally wrap this man up in blankets and give him baths and wash his whole body and like hold him tight in Walmart. Like I did a lot of things for him. And then when I was struggling, where was he for me? I loved this man. I was literally obsessed with him. Letting our relationship get to like that roommate level is what really ruined it. And I tried telling him. He'd come home from work and just instantly sit in his recliner and be on his phone. And I said, hey, like, I need attention. I'm starting to be unhappy. Oh, okay. Weeks go.
I'm not cooking for myself. Why the fuck am I gonna cook for you? So I get why you would not want to choose a woman like me to be your wife. I don't really look like a wife either. I'm pretty. I get it. Thanks to mom and dad. Shout out to Big G. But like, I am not prim and proper. I'm not going to be a trophy wife. Okay. My hair, highlights. Yeah. That's the most type of upkeep that I do. I don't even shave my legs. I go months without shaving my legs. So I am a DJ. Okay. Travel the world. I get paid to party. I'm around men. No one's going to fucking take me seriously. No man that wants an ambitious woman. They lie. Women with ambition are women that can't be controlled. You have a voice. Your voice gives an opinion. Men don't like women to have opinions. So in conclusion, amongst a lot of other things, I just feel like I'm going to be single forever. Not because of me not choosing men, but because men not choosing me. Because clearly, I just don't make the fucking cut.
I've been divorced since 2017, and today I had to recall something from my old life, as I call it. So when we were married, he was in the Virginia retirement system, and during the lifetime of our marriage, I get half of his retirement funds. Well, we've never split that up, so we've decided to go ahead and start doing that. And in order to do that, you have to hire a lawyer, and you have to go through what's called a quadro. So it actually goes to the courts, and they have to approve this, and we have to send in like our divorce decree, and it's a big pain in the butt, and it costs a lot of money. So we're in the middle of doing that, and the lawyer's office called me today and asked me for my social security number and his social security number. Can you explain to me why I still know his social security number just as easily as I know mine? Like, why? When is this going to stop?
Saying men need to be leaders, take initiative and stuff.
Yeah, that's the bare minimum.
So what if in a relationship you're dating a guy, your boyfriend, let's say you've been dating a year, he's like, I don't like how revealing you dress.
Break up.
Really? You think the
Then he
relationship?
should go find someone that dresses
So you
like
wouldn't
long
just to be,
skirts
but hold
and
on.
stuff.
But he wants to stay with you, and he'll stay with you so long as
Then
you
he should
dress
suck
more
it up.
modestly.
Then suck it up.
That's not really you following his lead then. He's saying, hey, look, when you were single, you're acting like a single girl. You're going to the club. You're going to stop dressing revealing. You're going to stop posting thirst traps on Instagram.
I don't know. Like, you shouldn't be with an insecure man.
Why would that be insecure? Why do y'all want us to lead? And if we lead and we're like, I'm not comfortable with how you're dressing.
That has like nothing to do with leading. Like, you're just like wanting to change us like that.
Asking a man to lead you and to step up as a man, but you are refusing to respect him.
Right. Your respect is huge.
It's not him trying to change you. It's you being a respectable woman for him as he's leading you.
And I don't understand why that's such a hard concept to understand. Y'all, well, he don't need to be changing me. Maybe he's not changing you. Maybe it's just, well, first of all, maybe he is changing you. Maybe you need to be changed. If you still out there shaking your behind and showing your behind and you don't need to, then maybe you need to be changed. Let me ask you a question. If a man is following all these women, liking their pictures, not saying anything to them, just liking their pictures. Oh, I like that. I like her vibe. Like, why is it that you're always following and liking women and their vibe when they have shorts that are up their behinds? When they're wearing bikinis that are revealing and show every part of their curves. They're basically painted on and they're basically without clothing. They're basically naked. How come you like those types of women? I don't know. I just like their vibe. That's just something that I've grown as a man to like. Are you insecure about it? No, I just think it's disrespectful that you're giving your attention to other women. I think it's disrespectful that you're giving your body to other men. Well, how am I giving my other body? By showing other men, you're giving them access to see. You're giving them access to look at you. I'm not going to say purchased, but what I am guaranteeing, because I'm paying the mortgage. You want me to guarantee paying your mortgage. You want me to guarantee paying all the bills. Being a man in the situation, relationship, you're securing my resources. You want me to guarantee my resources. And all I'm asking of you is to be one of mine. This is my family. I protect my family. Not that, well, I ain't no property. I'm not saying that's your property. I'm saying you're on my team. And you wear a certain uniform on a certain team. And if you're going to be on my team, there's rules to my team. But if you're out here posing and showing everybody, you are telling them, I have no uniform. I have no jersey. I am a free agent. I'm a free agent. So anybody that wants me, I'm available. And men are not going to continue to buy that. They're not going to continue to guarantee that. You can't be guaranteed. And I'm not going to try. I'm not going to sit up every day, get up and be in an argument with somebody who doesn't understand that concept.
Hate to break it to you. I think that we've just got a very, very selfish culture of women. And to any women out there that say I have internalized misogyny or anything like that, that would require that I have a problem with women worldwide. I do not have a problem with women worldwide. I have a problem with Western women. And if you think that I'm just like making this up out of nowhere, reflect on the fact that there are Western men that are flying out east to find wives. Are Eastern men coming out west to find wives? No. Where in the world are men flying out in droves to marry American women? Nobody wants us. Why? We're big, we're selfish. We don't want to hear anything. You can't tell me to eat less. You can't tell me to change my life. You can't tell me it's not about me.
Today's my birthday. What is you doing?
I don't care. Your birthday is a regular day. You was born today. Happy birthday. That's it. I told you happy birthday when 12 hit, and that was that. I told you happy birthday. What you want me to do? Bow down to you? Like, what you want me to do? That's your problem. You think everybody owe you something, and that's no. Here.
You just took off your wedding ring?
Did I just say that I won't be with you no more? Why would I keep it on? You want the watch you bought me to? They didn't have that.
Are you fucking serious?
Why are you cussing at me? I don't understand why you're cussing.
What the f is your problem?
So now you're getting mad.
At least you could have faked the whole day during my birthday to make me feel good, okay, on my birthday, and then break it with me tomorrow.
What? That's even worse. It's even worse.
Listen, I'm just
We are grown adults. We can't communicate.
It's on my birthday.
We can't communicate.
But on my birthday.
Who cares about your birthday? I don't know why you keep saying that.
So that was one. I could have celebrated my birthday with my family or friends or somebody.
But you don't even mess with them.
Mess with who?
You're my friend. Whatever. I don't even care about you or your family or what chalk.
So we don't care about my family no more either?
They're yours.
Women are hypergamous. For her to be happy, for her to wake up in the morning and look at the guy and be like, yeah, this is the best that I can do. Because that's all that hypergamy is. You want to look at your boyfriend, you want to get a text from him and read it and think to yourself, yeah, this guy's like the man.
Yeah.
Right? As soon as you look at that guy and you're like, he's not anymore, then that's when women tend to wander. There's a lot of guys that obsess with hypergamy and women will never be loyal to you and blah, blah, blah because of it. But it's a loser's mindset and they generally take the wrong approach. If you recognize that women want to be with the best version of a male that they can possibly get, why not be that guy? Why not learn how to make money? Why not stop being fat? Why not develop some style? You can go right down the list of all those things, right? Like be the guy that she wants.
Hypergamy is satisfied when you are not there. This is the point that I want to get across. She can't value the safety, the security, the protection, and the guidance that a masculine man brings to the table unless she knows what it feels like to not have it. Think about that for a second. If she doesn't know what it feels like to not have it, if she doesn't know what it feels like to miss it, she can't value you. You're always there, you're too available. If a masculine man is calm, stoic, sure of himself, self-reliant, and needs nobody, okay? She doesn't know this unless you prove it to her and constantly demonstrate it over and over. She doesn't know that you have these traits. It's not like she can just look at you and know. These are internal high-value traits. You're gonna have to demonstrate them. How do you demonstrate them? By passing her tests. She'll always test you.
So in a few seconds, you realize why a lot of women are single. So when you look at yourself, what would you say you need to improve when you're dealing with the opposite gender?
Nothing. Shit, I don't think there's any flaws. I don't really have any flaws. To improve. What I need to improve?
Yes.
Probably his timing.
What? Your timing or his timing?
His timing.
No, it's about you though.
Oh,
you need to,
yeah,
what do you need to improve?
I don't know.
You see how she jumped straight to you?
So hypergamy is kind of like an evolutionary theory that women will monkey branch socioeconomically across or up only. And that if they're in a position where they could monkey branch up is most often the time they would leave you. A strong, stoic, not very emotional, understands what he wants, is very direct, takes the lead, opens the doors, takes the male role fully. And a man that understands why that's so important is a man that has a really good opportunity or a really good shot at having a long-term relationship. I believe that when a woman loses respect for you, she stops loving you.
Ladies, if a man has nothing to offer you apart from love, run in the other direction as fast as you can. And yes, men should be competing for you. If you don't have one of these, you are not officially taken off the dating market. You're welcome.
Welcome for what? You just gave them the blueprint to get divorced. You just gave them the blueprint to stay single. And we're in the middle of cuffing season. You just gave them the blueprint for a man to ignore them and not approach them. I don't get this concept. Well, if I don't have one of these on my finger, if I don't have a ring on my finger, then I'm still single. You are? You are? Really? So if I don't have a ring on my finger, which is never until I have, y'all don't want to play this game. A man don't usually have a ring on his finger until he gets married. You have a ring on your finger during engagement. So you're telling me, and some people are engaged. Say they get engaged in a year, they're engaged for a year, 2 years. It's a long engagement, however long it is. Whatever you want to say about it. The point is, after I put this ring on your finger, if we want to play that game, oh, I love you, baby, so much. Oh, you're so good to me. 6 months engaged. So now I got this engagement ring on your finger and I'm going to continue to go buck wild because remember, I don't have a ring on my finger. So I don't have any responsibilities. You see how quickly that could go left? You see how irresponsibility and no discipline could rise to the top? But y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all keep on looking for loopholes and ways to do the wrong thing because that's what's in your heart and mind. Stop acting stupid. Just do what you're supposed to do.
An old man literally just stopped me and said, I don't mean to be rude, but you are absolutely gorgeous. And I looked at him and I was like, and I just turned around and like, and then I'm thinking like, is this just me deeping it too much? Like, is he actually just like trying to be nice? And then I'm thinking, wait, no, that's me, my people-pleasing brain switching on and trying to like excuse the fact that he just outwardly said that I'm absolutely gorgeous, which is just like so unnecessary.
Some women you're not going to please. The reason that gentlemen stop being gentlemen is because of videos like this. Because it's a very nice thing to do. And I'm sure this guy was extremely polite. He's an older guy. And you know what? He's from a different generation. He's from a generation where you could compliment a woman and they would appreciate that compliment, say thank you politely, and go about their day. He's not used to these modern women.
You want to break up?
I do.
So you have your mind set on this. And this, you sure this is what you want to do?
What's that? What's that?
Leave.
What?
Go ahead.
Excuse me?
If you want to break up, go ahead and leave.
Why are you telling me to leave right now?
You want to break up. You saying I'm cheating on you. Go ahead.
You're not even gonna try to like stay with me or anything like that. You're like giving up so easy, like telling me to just.
I mean, I'm telling you the truth. What else am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to get on my knees and beg for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't mean that much to you. I'm not your everything. Like you're not gonna sit here and beg me to stay.
I feel kind of like disrespected in a way because I would never. But if you want to break up and this is how you feel, go. Since you don't trust me.
It's a drive back.
Guys, I went on maybe one of the best first dates I have been on in recent years, but maybe ever this weekend. Okay, here's the story. We met on Hinge and we instantly clicked. I mean, it was just immediate banter, immediate conversation. We got deep, we got surface level. We were just really vibing and we weren't messaging for that long. It was probably just a few hours. Eventually he asks me to coffee. I say yes. He sets it up. He asks, what day are you free? What time? Da-da-da. Show up to the coffee shop and he shows up right after me and he walks in and I'm just taken aback. I'm taken aback by his beauty. He is just as gorgeous as his photos, if not even more in person. We meet, we hug. Instantly, we hit it off. Our entire date was 4.5 hours. You guys, we were sitting across from each other with no distractions, no phones, completely locked in, talking the entire time in riveting conversation for 4.5 hours in the corner of this little coffee shop. It was so sweet. He was like, so if you're interested, I would love to see you again. And I was like, yeah, I'm interested. I would love to see you again. So he took my number because we were just previously messaging on the app. So we walked out of the coffee shop, we hugged goodbye, and that was it. After I had been in my car for all of 2 minutes, I got a text from him, and it was because he turned on his car and a song that we were talking about was playing, and so he made a joke about it, and I made a joke back, and then that was it for that interaction. So we went out on Saturday, and it's now Monday. In my book, proper date etiquette is to follow up the next day and say, hey, I had a really great time. Let's set up that second date. But I have not heard from this motherfucker. I told him on the date, I like to be pursued. I like men to lead. I want you to put in the effort. That's what I'm looking for and that's what I'm available for right now. So I made it clear. So at this point, I haven't heard from him in over a day and I've decided that I'm going to give it a solid 48-hour window of time. And if I do not hear from him by the end of today, this man has disqualified himself.
You're telling me that you can have a perfect, unheard of, best ever first date, and you have chemistry, and you have connection. But if that man doesn't follow your unspoken rule of texting you within 24 hours from that first date, he's off the list? Oh my God, do you not see what the problem is here? Because for a woman like this to meet a man like that and you don't want to hang on to that and maybe change your rules, maybe you reach out to him first because he is this amazing person and you have this amazing connection. I'm sorry, if you're not willing to put in just an ounce of effort like that, then that man deserves better. He deserves a woman that is going to be a wife to him. I said what I said.
And this is honestly what it looks like when silly boundaries are established. This is what it looks like when silly boundaries are established. I mean, you can't make it up. You really can't make it up. They want it a certain way, and you can only imagine what's going to happen once the relationship gets rolling. These modern women are starting a certain way, and that's the way that it's going to be throughout, and that's the way that it's going to end. And as I'm saying that, I hope this is just, well, I don't really trust you now. So in the beginning, you have to put in a lot of work to establish trust and rapport with me. And after you establish trust and rapport with me, then I kind of back off. But for so many modern women, they want you to put 100% up front. But then when we get into the relationship, and I'm talking about official, all the way into marriage, and then even after marriage, 110%, 120%. After marriage, 120 to 130. After kids, 130 to 150. You might be saying this is impossible. They actually, as you age, want you to kick it into higher gear. They want you to double output. They want you to do things that are humanly impossible. They want you to be a robot. Actually, do this, do this, do this, do this. And they scream and they kick and holler about a man. Oh, these robots, they're nasty. AI robots and men wanting to buy these things. But that's what they want you to be. They want you to be a never-ending, always on, always running around robot that they can take advantage of. All the time. All the time. It never gets old. That's what these modern women want. And this is what it looks like in the beginning, unfortunately.